3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Behind the Boss. Can you believe we've come so far? We started here about 5 to 7 weeks ago, and actually when we started we had loads of candidates and they were all fighting for one place. They wanted to be the winner of 3G Boss 2016. We've now come down to 2. We have the finalists today on the show, Jawad and Sadia, and actually I say it every week, but I truly believe this week is where the gossip's going to be at, because they've come so far and I'm sure they've got all the dirt, all the gossip and all the best moments with them. So firstly, let me say hello to Jawad Uddin. Congratulations. You've come super far. Super proud of you. How awesome are you feeling right now?
Well, to be honest, I'm not feeling that much. I'm actually kind of nervous because I don't know who won yet. They're keeping it from us for quite a bit of time. And so even though I didn't make it to the final, I'm still a bit anxious to find out who won.
Well, you have made it to the finals. You have.
True.
Now, whether you're the winner, that's what's in question at the moment. But right next to you, we have Minhaj Kibriya, who is the director of the 3G Boss. Firstly, congratulations to you as well for such a beautiful production and for the work and for bringing it this far. How are you feeling that your baby's grown and it's come this far?
Feeling's amazing. Nadia, it's just amazing. It's to see this develop and basically grow into something that, as you said, baby's growing up. So obviously I'm really excited and I'm so proud of the whole show, how it developed, and especially with the contestants. I mean, Jawad, he really came forward with this really sort of hard work. They had put their mind and effort 100% into it to get to where they are today. It was tough, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was real competition, and I so have these young people sort of compete against each other and try to thrive and basically excel and get to where he is. So I'm very proud of Jawad.
Absolutely.
So,
and Sadia too.
And Sadia too, as she's not here. So yes.
And right next to you, we have none other than the producer of Behind the Boss and the 3G Boss. But not only is he the producer of the show, he is one of the pillars of Channel S. He is the head of programs, Farhan Masood Khan. Welcome. Firstly, I have to say it's quite weird because I normally have you down my ear telling me what to do. There's nobody directing me right now, so it's great to have you in the firing line actually, because this is where I'm in control. Welcome to the show. How are you feeling about the success?
Excited, plus tired, because it's been a long, actually 9 weeks we're now. It's not 5 to 7, it's 9 weeks, and next week is final, and I can confirm that we don't know the winner yet.
Yeah.
I can also confirm that I had a chat with Howard Dober.
Yeah.
Few hours back, and he doesn't know the winner yet.
Yeah.
So whatever you see on TV,
yeah,
what I want to ensure that is genuine.
Yeah.
And the competition that we observed and we followed over the last 9 weeks, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The hard work, the passion of the contestant, the team spirit, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we have never seen like this. We never experienced such program like this, and I've never seen such thing happen in our community before.
Absolutely. And actually I have to mention, I'm sure it goes the same with Minhaj Kibriya as well, but I received a text message from your wife Aisha earlier on today to say, Nadia, don't forget to mention that my husband for the last 5 months has literally been working on the 3G Boss, has had no time for me or my child. Has it been like a roller coaster ride for you both actually? I'll start with you.
Well, Farhan is the engine and the brains behind as it says, behind the boss.
Yeah.
Farhan Masood Khan, he is the man behind the boss. He's the boss behind the boss,
Yeah.
basically. Because of him, this whole thing happened. I mean, I used to go on the set, do the creatives, and come back.
Yeah.
But this is the man, basically, the person who worked before the show, designed the whole thing. On the shoot, he was there while the shoot was going on. Then after the shoot, the editing part, oh my God. I mean, me and my team, we used to think, oh, whoever edits the whole thing will be a tremendous task.
Well, maybe that's where the belly came from, because actually what we've noticed
Some
in the
pizzas,
last,
probably
in the
some
last
pizzas
few
in there.
months
Pizzas and
was
bananas.
Farhan Masood Khan's belly. It was just going, was it the stress?
It's the outcome of a good production. So this is how I put it. And it's not only, to be honest, in a television, it's not one person job. We can never achieve anything if we just put if we just give credit to one person or one individual or one team. It's a massive thing. I must admire Jahin's contribution, because
Absolutely,
it's his idea to do something, to give back something to the community of his age and generation, and then a contribution or a thinking like this of young 13 years old boy from our community, putting Canary Wharf, the largest business establishment in the UK, and Channel S together. It's a massive step.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure, I haven't seen anyone like this at his 13 years of age,
Yeah.
thinking something bigger and better and constructive.
Yeah.
And he didn't leave us, and he was pushing the thing forward.
Yeah.
And when he was 16, we can now see the result of his contribution. And then I must say, Howard Duber is an amazing guy, amazing character, and always actually, give us back. He always pushed us forward. The judges, my channel's management, Taz Chaudhry.
Any more names? Do you want? Should I give you 5 more minutes to think of more names?
It's just few names.
I'm joking.
It's just few names.
I'm joking.
I went through a roller coaster couple of months for for some reason, for my personal reason. But the amount of support I received from my team and Channel S and Canary Wharf and all other people, it's been phenomenal. Yeah.
How about you, Jawad? You know, you're just like quiet between the two dragons right now. How has it been working with, two such fabulous, I mean, not just them two, but the team in general? You've worked with lots of people. How's it been for you as a young boy?
To be honest, 3G Boss has given me a lot of back pain, because the amount of time that we have to stand up just to take one shot is tremendous.
That's actually
funny. We have to be standing
funny.
for like 3-4 hours just to take one shot. We're walking into.
That's the director's
we have
fault.
him saying retake, and it's a killer.
Did he come with the makeup brush as well to just touch up?
Oh, sometimes, yeah. We did see him with the makeup.
What's been the highlight for you, Jawad? So tell me what's been the highlight for you, obviously except for coming this far, but what's been the highlight for you throughout this whole show?
I think the highlight would be my confidence level. To be honest, before 3G Boss, I wasn't too confident about public speaking.
Right.
But after a couple of challenges, 3G Boss has boosted my confidence, and I'm therefore grateful for that. So yeah, I think that's the best. That's a highlight.
I think in Jawad's case, it's very important that the development we have seen in him. Obviously, the judges, it was the completely judges' decision. They observed him and they actually given him the credit. But in first, second, and third episode, what I personally felt, because I was in the editing panel for 3 hours, Jawad's presence, we actually struggled to find out Jawad's presence, but his activities and performance was very, very firm. And in sometimes what I felt that, for example, in the restaurant episode, what we felt, if Jawad didn't perform that part of activities, possibly his team wouldn't have won.
Do you think, actually, Jawad, would you say that you're the one that got away? Because, you've been very quiet throughout the whole show. You've been super quiet. You've been, super shy. But that could have been one of the reasons why you were in the winning team. And this is why you've come this far.
Well, I think we should look at it like a strategy. Because, from the beginning, I was kind of quiet. But then, if you develop more and you keep developing, people, the judges especially, have a reason to put you through to another challenge. They want to see you develop more, and I think that's one of the key reasons why I went through. So every week I kept on performing better, and that's why I went to the finals.
I think with Jawad's case, he was a more of a team player. So he cooperated with the team, and he did his part. And I think that's where the judges realised his contribution in the team. And he was basically doing better and better every episode. And he was really quiet. I'm actually surprised to see he has come all the way up here.
As a finalist, you know, you were the quiet one, which is why I questioned you. You know, was that, well, now you're saying it was a strategic, you know, planning. This is why you did this. But I'll tell you what.
And he wasn't controversial as well.
Not controversial at all. No, actually, everyone had to say great stuff about you. Yeah. Everyone that was here in the seat. Nobody actually said anything like, you know, you were really difficult to get on with. But you were very, very subtle, very good team worker, just like Minhaj Kubriya said. But I'll tell you what, everyone has some great stuff to say about you, and I'm sure the audience at home are thinking, Nadia, we love Jawad and we love Sadia. Why don't you tell me who your favourite is? Who should be the winner of the 3G Boss UK 2016 this year? Let us know. You can do that by tweeting us at the 3G Boss UK, or go onto the Facebook page and hit the like button, the 3G Boss UK. But coming back to you, Jawad, obviously technical hitches and live shows. How has the technicality been, or how have you overcome situations when filming?
I don't understand.
Has there been any moments where you've thought, oh my God, what am I doing? How do we get over this? Where you've made a mistake and you think, oh, how am I going to get over this?
As in, you mean within the challenges?
Yep,
and
absolutely.
The competition? I think there was just this one time where we were selling calling cards, and I don't think I contributed much to the team because I was kind of bored, just walking around, doing nothing. Just confessing, I was walking around for a couple of hours selling nothing, and well, I was kind of bored, so I was avoiding it. You know, the cameraman. I didn't want to get my shots into.
And you just wanted to get away from them.
So the plan was just make sure that we win.
Now all the planning's coming out. This, you know.
As I said, he was a team player. So.
Yeah, very conniving actually.
But near towards the end, obviously, I did have cards to sell. So then I sold my £5 cards for £1 each just to get rid of them. And then, yeah, we did. Well, we didn't make sales and we made the money, so we won.
Well done. Farhan Masood Khan, what's been your favourite episode so far?
My favourite episode was obviously when I see more sales, it's basically encourage as well.
Yeah.
So second episode, when they raise funds for Iqra International, the charity. I think collectively they raised around £3,500, and it was within the 6 hours period of time.
Yeah.
So they started at around possibly 9 o'clock, and they had to finish by 3 o'clock.
Brilliant.
So 6 hours of time they raised 3,500.
Yeah.
I personally didn't expect that.
And that was
so that was amazing.
Episode.
Yes.
Minhaj Kibriya, what's been the biggest challenge for you whilst directing? Which episode was it, or what was it? What aspect was it of the whole?
The whole series. Actually. The whole series. I have personally haven't.
But there has to be something that kind of, you know, comes out the most.
Mainly with the technical crew, the cameras, making sure everybody's at the stations or where they should be recording, filming. They're sent on time. Making sure they have transports ready. Making sure they have sound recordists. So many obstacles we faced and we overcame as we were going, because we haven't done this before.
Yeah.
It was new for Channel S as well, new for Masoodi, Farhan, it was new for everybody.
So it was just.
So it was as we overcame situations as we went, but it was a great experience. I've learned a lot.
Brilliant.
As a director, I've developed, and I want to see if 3G Boss is basically produced by Channel S again. I want to see some more bigger and better.
Absolutely. Well, let's go check out some of the work that Jawad has done throughout 3G Boss.
Let's say I dropped you in the middle of the rainforest in South America. If I put you in the South American rainforest, in the Amazon jungle, what 3 things would you want me to give you to go to the jungle?
Give me a helicopter, so I could just escape. That was the Oreo one. That's why it wasn't that good. But I'm telling you,
That was good. I liked it.
exactly.
Would you want to
give me a tip?
Do you want to give you tips?
Yeah, for spending my time here.
Oh,
Professional business skills.
a major market in Cairo. This market district is one of Cairo's main attraction for tourists like yourselves. Be quiet. We are making a sale. Thank you. Would you be willing to buy a calling card to Bangladesh? Okay. Rod, the way you come across, you sound a bit too cocky.
Right.
And the way I see it, I think you are a bit too overconfident. But then again, he has led all the team to victory. Tushar, you've got no experience, but you want to be a team manager. I understand that, but then again, this competition is quite competitive, and especially for this class, I don't think you should be team manager. Nabila, you said you have been team manager twice at least. I respect that, but then you haven't led your team to victory. And of course loss. And the fact that you couldn't control.
Rod came up with the idea of adding short clips of every single TV show that Channel S provides and putting them into one video that we can show to the general public.
We were provided the opportunity to get a job in the health sector with high starting salary, with chances for quick progression, fast promotion, all for free. Take that opportunity.
No, bad luck.
H&D is a level 5 diploma, which means it's 3 levels higher than the required amount, which just boosts your chance of getting that job that you need. Around 32% of pupils skip breakfast after school. 3 products will go within the next 1.5 years. The first product is essentially a toaster.
Right, so Rod was slightly cocky, was he? Well, where did the cockiness from you come? You were saying 2 seconds ago, oh, the confidence has started to come in, it's kicking in. But hey, you just sat there drilling these boys. There was confidence just oozing out of you. Where did that come from?
Well, to be honest, I had to say something because all 3, they were fighting to be team manager, and I was the only one there just sitting down listening for about a good 20-30 minutes, so I had to end it. So, well, it had to stop somewhere then, obviously.
Well, on that note, I'm going to first give these boys here right now a heads up. I'm going to be playing a game with you in literally a minute's time, as soon as I finish
I'm
with...
a bit of scared sitting behind,
No.
beside
This
Kibriya bhai.
This is the only time I actually get it, so...
You're not going to take a lipstick to
don't have
No,
lipstick,
not today. I should have.
Dr. San was not here,
Because
so...
actually, Farhan Masood Khan has worked with me since I
When you were a
started
kid.
my media
Yes.
career.
Yes.
I still am. But the worst producer I've worked with, by the way. No, I'm kidding. One
I'm
of the
glad.
best. So this is the
I
only
agree.
this is the only opportunity I've got to actually get back at him. So I'm going to make the most of it. So start thinking. Put your thinking caps on. I'm going to find out who is the boss behind the 3G boss. But before I do that, I'm going to come to Jawad. Jawad, you're going to help me out with this.
Okay.
But before we play this quick game, you have to tell me who's been the most difficult person to work with and who's been the best for you.
Okay, I think the most difficult person would be... Well, to be honest, there isn't any, but if you had to make me choose, I'd probably say Rod.
Rod, okay.
He wasn't difficult to work with, it's just that...
It's all right, he's cocky.
Okay.
All right, who's the best?
Just leave him around. Hussein would be the person that...
you enjoyed the
because
most to work with Hussein.
Okay.
Brilliant. Well, thank you. And it is time for us to grill these guys that's been
Can I ask
making
the
your...
last question?
Yes, of course, we can both ask questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Right, so can you keep the scores for me?
Okay.
Right, the first question. What team, right, the name, what team won the task in the first episode? What was the name?
That was the restaurant episode.
Yeah, but I need the name. Mr. Masood Khan, you should know better.
Boys team.
Boys team, yeah.
What was the name?
Jawad, why don't
5,
you tell your
4,
tell the name of
3,
your team?
2, 1.
Eh?
No, they've lost. You can't help. Right. Okay.
we're busy.
Next
We're
question.
busy
Next
getting the show.
question. Which 2 candidates received a £195 donation in the Iqra charity episode?
Nabila and Abdullah.
Okay.
1-0.
Right. Third question. Who was out in the second episode?
Atifa.
He would not. He edited the whole program. Excuse me. That's not fair.
Right, 2. Right. Third, the fourth question. Who branded Lamisha as mouthy?
Howard
Which-
Dover.
Howard.
Okay, I'm gonna give that to him.
No?
No, I'm gonna give
put
that
my
to
hand
him.
up. I'll put my hand
Yeah,
up.
he put his hand up.
Okay,
I'm gonna
that's
give it to him.
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. The last question. If he gets it, he wins. If you get it, it's a tie. All right. Which candidate has been in the losing team the most
Sadia.
in the series? It's the winner.
That wasn't fair, by the way.
Right.
That wasn't.
Well, maybe if you're still here, we can play another game. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much.
Keep your don't worry. Next year, inshallah. You'll be
You just have
answering
to watch
our
the
listening.
episodes a bit more, or maybe be in the editing suite.
Nothing
But thank
come.
you so much, Minhaj Kibriya and Farhan Masood Khan, for being with us today. And Jawad, we wish you the best of luck. Before you say goodbye, why should you win this series?
Well, as I said before, I think I should win because I develop the most. And I think the show is about people developing. It's not about just one person not changing throughout the competition. And just because, I don't know, I mean, look, I've only lost one task, just like Rod. And, well, to be honest, Sadia has lost every single one of the tasks.
5 out of 6 tasks.
5 out of 6, okay. Yeah, I did put myself forward near towards the end a bit more. And I think that's why I should, you know, be the 3G boss. I should win. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And those of you watching at home, don't forget you can also be a part of the 3G boss. All you've got to do is tweet us and go hit the like button on Facebook. I'll see you in a bit, just after a quick break.
You're watching Channel S.
3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
You're watching Channel S.
Welcome back to Behind the Boss. I have with me the Lal Buri, as we'd like to say, and also the most controversial candidate that's been on the 3G Boss on this series, Sadia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having
Now,
me.
you know, no, it's great to have you. You've come so far. Firstly, super congratulations. You know, you've started with all these guys. There was over 100 people that had applied. You've made it. You're a finalist on the 3G Boss 2016. How are you feeling? What's the feeling like?
It feels absolutely incredible because the people I've met on this show, they've been the highlight of the show for me because each of them had such great talents and such great qualities. So it was very nerve-wracking being up against them all, but at the same time I made the best of friends and they all motivated me to be where I am. So thanks to the viewers, my family and to the contestants themselves.
Well, thank you very much. And right next to you, we have one of the judges, Sanwar Chaudhry, also a very well-known entrepreneur and successful businessman. Welcome to the show. How are you? We haven't had you on for a while, right? So we've had you on after a while. How has it been being behind the TV, watching it? And what's your thoughts, you know, watching these babies grow up and come this far?
The transformation that I've seen is unbelievable. I think each contestant brought different elements out within themselves. So Sadia brought out different aspects, Jawad brought out different aspects. Everybody grew within that 9-10 week period. And I noticed that growth, including Farhan Bai's tummy.
I did mention it earlier on, but you can expand on that if you want to. I'm happy.
No, he's expanded already. So.
Is that why he's got like a bit of a corset on? Should we call it a corset instead of a waistcoat this time?
Well, I can
So
open
you're
it if you
holding
want
up-
that. Do you want me to open it?
No, we're
Are you
fine.
sure about
Please,
it?
please, yes.
But
It's a family show, so we don't want to scare everybody. We're fine. But you know, even with Sadia and Jawad coming this far, how has it been for you as a producer watching them grow? Do you think they've rightly come this far, or do you think it should have been someone else? Be honest.
Sadia wasn't a surprise for me because I know her for last 10 years, so I think 8 to 10 years. So, and she wasn't a surprise being in the final of the 3G Boss. It was kind of, to me, expected. I knew her capability, I knew her spirit, I knew her ability to perform. and but Jawad is a real, as the judges mentioned, the real diamond, being in the 3G boss. And by the way, Jawad's actually, as Taj Bhai mentioned in the first program, I mean, we had to collect those contestants, some of the contestants, because we knew that they can actually perform. And so Jawad was one of those contestants, and Sadia was one of those contestants who actually didn't apply.
Oh wow!
Because
so they were talent hunted.
Yes, they were actually hunted, and because the reason we knew that this is going to be the first program, and we might have to struggle to get the applications. But unbelievably, the response we received from the ordinary audience and plus the contestant, it was amazing. But we thought that why not we target some of the real talents that within the community, and then we approach the parents, not the candidates, the parents. So big up goes to actually the parents who actually encouraged their children to participate in the 3G Boss program. So for me, Sadia wasn't a kind of exception. I mean, I knew that she will be in some form of highest kind of rank in the process, but Jawad was a real surprise for all of us.
And you know, Sadia, she's lost 5 out of 6 times out of the 6 tasks. What do you have to say about that?
It wasn't as a result of lack of effort. Obviously, I think Sadia was...
She hasn't lost, sorry. I should rephrase that. She's been in the losing team.
Losing team, that's right. I think different candidates brought different elements to the competition. So even though Sadia had certain attributes that perhaps Jawad didn't have, obviously Jawad had been much more concentrating on his studies, he's very Islamically well-based. So he was much more insular to start off with, whereas Sadia was out there in the media, she had done lots of things, so she was very confident, she knew how to present, she knew how to engage. But I think different tasks brought different elements out, and I think Sadia at times was almost desperate to try and get the message across. And that came across, but slowly she started to realize that skills that she had needed to be spread and new skills needed to be picked up in order to win. And eventually she did. But every time, it wasn't for lack of effort. I think she put the energy, she put every element of research behind it. So I was really proud that she actually kept on at it. I could see that it was showing on her, having lost 5 out of 6 times, but eventually
hey, she's a finalist. That doesn't matter. Sadia, you know, as they mentioned that Sadma Rabhai mentioned and Farhan as well mentioned that you've been in the media for years. I remember when I used to do it Saturday, and you came as a young little girl dancing. So you've been in the media for a while now. How has the experience been? How's it been different to everything else you've done? Being in the 3G Boss.
Because so far, every time I've been on, say, Channel S or any other in media, it's been always for the same reason. So it's usually for singing or for dancing. So definitely 3G Boss was the first time I got to show any other skills besides performing, which I'm grateful for, because before I came on to 3G Boss, I could honestly say that business was not on my mind at all. I mean, all I had my mind set for was dentistry, and I never explored the fact that even within dentistry, I could have a business of my own. So all I was set for is education, getting my A-levels done, and then going into dentistry. But after coming to 3G Boss, I mean, I could say the semi-finals was the first time I had ever thought of a business idea. And the fact that I actually got the opportunity to think of an idea, to develop it, to come up with a business plan for it, it has now motivated me to carry on. Whether that gets invested in or not, that is definitely going to be a motivational aspect. And 3G Boss has kind of shaped me into having the more different skills, which will enable me to be more successful in the future. So.
Brilliant. Wow, she's an ambassador of the 3G Boss, just clearly. However, those of you sitting at home, be a part of it. The finalist has not yet been decided, so you guys should get involved and help the judges make their decision. All you've got to do is email in, or you can always message us on the 3G Boss UK page on Facebook. Go hit the like button, send us your comments, send us your messages, and of course Twitter as well. Tweet away and let us know, do you think Sadia should be the face of the 3G Boss UK 2016, or should it be Jawad? Who do you think it should be, Sanmar?
Both.
Nope. One. person. Who do you think? So Judge Sanwa, you've got to take that decision. Who would you say it is?
Well, I couldn't possibly, air an opinion that is personal. Obviously, based on facts.
Yeah.
I think both deserve to win, and ultimately that decision will have to be made.
Okay, and what do you think has been the plus point? So what do you think has been Sadia's weakness and her strength, and for Jawad as well? What's been his weakness and his strength?
I think Jawad, as I've said, has always been a little bit insular, and he's starting to come out now. But when he gets that confidence, he's able to express himself, he's able to demonstrate his abilities to do things. And I think each project had different challenges. I think the charity one, Ikra, I think Jawad, behaved in a way which was exemplary. And I think each of the contestants wanted to contribute, but some wanted to be led, others wanted to lead. I think Sadia was one of the leaders naturally. Definitely. Even when she wasn't team manager, she was keen to lead. She was keen to put in extra effort in order to win. I think Jawad, on the other hand, was much more quietly researching into how things can be done.
Yeah.
But I think both had, their moments.
So they're both totally different. Would you agree, Farhan?
Yes.
One's absolutely, someone that's super quiet, and then you have somebody that oozes out, confidence oozes out of them. As she was saying, she was like, I know the quote you use. But somebody that's got so much confidence, and everyone knows, she's a face within the community for her performances, as she mentioned. So you've got two candidates that are totally opposite to each other. How difficult do you think it's going to be for the judges to make that decision?
It's going to be very difficult for the judges, and it's as Sanobi mentioned, that I think let's keep those chapter for the judges. And as a producer, what I can actually say that the judges has done tremendous job, especially working for 17-18 hours, especially for Sanobi coming from Luton. Which added another extra 1.5 hour coming and then going down, so it's amazing. So this particular job of choosing the right candidate to be the 3G boss of this year, it's them, and especially Howard Toba. He needs to decide. He needs to decide.
But if I can point out, we recorded nearly 1,000 hours of tape, from which we have broadcast about 10 hours of shows, plus Behind the Boss. If you think about it, to edit those 1,000 hours down required hours and hours and hours of sleepless editing.
How did you do that? How did the sleepless nights, how did you get over it? How did you overcome it, should I say?
Well, not me actually. It's also my video editor, Shaheen Bhai, and his wife. The schedule that we had to maintain between me and Shaheen Bhai, Shaheen Bhai's family, I would say, because he's got a busy life and everything, and we needed extra hours to complete the whole series. Which meant we had to match his schedule around his time and everything, and that actually led us visiting his house kind of every night and doing the editing work, and that means he couldn't sleep. Obviously, I couldn't sleep. He couldn't sleep, and his wife couldn't sleep as well.
I'm sure your wife couldn't sleep either.
I don't want to mention that.
So Sadia, I have to ask you something actually. I've not yet asked any of the candidates this, but I'd like to know from you. Who's been your favourite judge?
My favourite judge? Oh God.
It is Judge sitting right next to you, yes.
I have to say...
Out of the other two?
Oh God, I think they both were brilliant, because I remember after every single episode, I went to both of them and asked them both, what didn't I do this week, or what was it that made me lose? Because as it's been mentioned, I've lost 5 out of 6 tasks. So I had to constantly go and ask for advice, because sometimes we can be in positions where we know that we've got weaknesses, but we don't exactly recognise them. So we need people to help us. Yeah, of course. So I went to both of them. Both of them gave me amazing advice that not only was useful for that particular episode, but I will definitely be using for the rest of as long as I can. I don't know. Do I have to answer this?
You have to. Go ahead. Who's been your favourite?
I have to say, I love both of you guys so much. But I have to say, with Kohinoor, it was more like, it was just, I could connect with her a lot easier, and she's always so sweet. She's got such a friendly attitude. Both of you do.
I agree.
She always made me laugh no matter what the situation. When I was sitting in that boardroom, I was on the verge of like just always going, oh, why am I in here again?
And she was always there to hold it
no, it's
together.
fine, it's fine. You've made it. You're gonna get through this. And she was always there to support me. So it's really nice.
We do miss you,
Sadia,
Kohinoor and Howard Dover.
Howard is watching this.
Gigi, do you want to take it back? Let's rewind the whole thing. No, we're kidding. On a serious note, you know, everyone's worked super hard. The judges have been the backbone behind everything because you've got to make those big decisions, and you know, you've created this. You know, these young adults, and you've made them into better, more confident young adults through this.
The average age is 15. If you can believe. You know, 14 to 16. That's the age range.
Yeah. And to actually work with these young adults, it must have been very difficult. But I do have a game for you, me and Sadia. And we shall start right this minute.
So you are one team.
So,
yeah, this is going to be
one
fun.
team right
Okay.
now. So you guys have had all the time in this world to, you know, grill these guys. So it's our turn.
Well, I was
now.
actually on her side.
And it doesn't matter.
Because
matter.
I was running with her and with all the contestants.
Right, we don't
it
have
was
much
actually
time.
them.
So let's get through this quickly. So earlier on with Kibria, we played with Minhaj Kibria, sorry, the director. We played a game with regards to he had to guess the answers about the episodes. With you guys, because you've been more involved, you've been a part of the episodes as in judging them, etc. And you've been, you know, editing for 19 hours onwards. So we thought, why not ask you questions about the most memorable moments of the 3G Boss? So we've got 3 questions, and the winner is going to be crowned as the 3G Boss, the boss of the 3G Boss.
Okay.
Right, ready? Okay, shall we start?
Let's do it.
First question. Who said this? Do you speak Indian?
Lamisha.
Yes! 1 point, right. Next. Somebody said, I'd cut the giraffe up and shove it in the fridge during an interview. Who was that person?
Mahima.
Yes!
That was your candidate, though.
So 1-1 at the moment. The third question.
So I don't know if this has been showed quite a few times as like short clips, but there's one person who was selling some drinks. Now they were selling it in the public. Another customer had come and they had asked that.
Do you want to know the name of the candidate or the man?
The name of the candidate.
Ajmain.
Yeah.
Oh!
I probably gave it too much
Right,
description.
Mr. Masood Khan, you have been crowned the boss of
This is why he's the producer,
the
isn't it?
3G Boss. I'll tell you what, while you get over this excitement, let's go and check out Sadia's journey throughout the 3G Boss. Let's go take a look.
But I was very terrified, and out of fear, I did not try. So if I could, I'd go back in time and I'd push myself to try, and I'd teach myself that regardless of whether I fail or not, the experience would be the greatest thing. Look at the situation I'm in, and I'd value the consequences of both sides and then make my decision. Bought 3 sample boxes, and we'd love for you or your employees to order some, and we can deliver it for free. Deliver it to you. It's very unique. No, whenever you feel comfortable. We're open until 4 o'clock.
Okay.
After a while.
Okay, so in around 1:30.
Okay.
But are you sure you want the 200 copies and going on the streets?
Yeah, please.
You have to understand that, you know, in the situation we're in, it's very difficult to get customers. Disneyland Paris is the perfect opportunity to make memories, especially with your children and your families. আমরা শুধু আজকে আর কোনোদিন আপনি এমন কার্ড পাবেন না। আপনি পুরো বছর কথা বলবেন না।
কালকে মারতে পারবেন।
কালকে next month কথা বলতে পারবেন, পুরো next বছরও কথা বলতে পারবেন। Channel S is the voice of British Bangladeshis across the world, but the #1 Bangladeshi TV channel in the UK and Europe. Education, if after education about education phone, is that what you want? The course is designed with a career progression, as well as providing individuals with knowledge, understanding and skills to allow them to be successful. I have created an application platform which connects me to my dentist. Dentist and me. My business idea is designed to improve communication between patients and dentists in the most interactive system.
You've come super, super far, and you know there was so much to see throughout the, just through that 30-second clip. The things you've done, the work you've done. But something that really comes out to me, and I'm sure it comes out to Masood Khan too. I don't know if it does, but I mentioned to Ajmain last week. There's a lot of tension between you guys, a huge, huge amount of tension there. What's that all about?
It's nothing in particular. I think it's just we've both got really loud personalities, so just sometimes it clashes. I mean, I've got nothing against him. I think he's a really impressive individual. Actually, I think the skill he has is, I do admire him immensely. I don't think it's anything serious, but I think just in particular tasks, I've had an opinion, he's had an opinion, and then we voice it in different ways. So that's what makes it clash. But there's nothing personal at all.
So who's been your favourite to work with?
I've loved everyone. Like I said at the start of the show, everyone's been amazing to work with.
One answer.
But I think there's two people that really stand out to me. I think Rad and Nabila have been my best friends since the first show, and I've really enjoyed working with them. They've always been so supportive.
And who's been the most difficult?
No one in particular has been difficult, but I think just a little hard to get along with has been Ajmain. I do still admire him immensely, but yeah.
He's just been the most difficult. Yeah. We only have a minute left, so before we say goodbye, what would you like to say to those watching at home, and of course to our finalist? I'll start with Farah Masood Khan.
Thanks to the contestants and their parents, and the huge team, the judges, for supporting, and everyone else actually. I mean, we had 50 team members. I can't mention all the names, but there is an amazing team, and if I put the names, then you don't have 1 minute time, so I can't. I'm not going to mention names. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing, and congratulations to all the contestants, especially the 12 and the parents.
Thank you very much. Producer of the 3G Boss, and also the face of Channel S, the head of programs of Channel S, Farhan Masood Khan. Thank you so much for being with us today. Moving on to the judge, Sanwar Chaudhry. What would you like to say to the viewers at home, and of course the parents of all the contestants, and to our finalists?
Well, let me resonate the huge teamwork that took place. You saw in today's program.
Yeah.
The amount of effort, the amount of lugging around, heavy luggage, lunch, transport, everything that had happened. I think the innovation came from the interaction between the contestants. I think they grew within those 9 weeks. I think they put on so many different skills, learned so many different things, learned how to behave with each other, how to help and manage and so on. So that was fantastic. And the transformation that I saw, especially in the 12 contestants, 1 week to the next, were really visible, and that really, I admired that, was delighted by it.
Well, thank you very much, and good luck to you for the next week, because you, Kohinoor and Howard Dover, have a lot of work on your hands, because you've got to choose the face of the 3G Boss, the boss of the 3G Boss UK 2016. Sadia, thank you so much for coming on today, and congratulations for coming this far, and good luck. But before we leave, before we say our goodbye, why should you win the 3G Boss UK 2016?
I think the entire process has been very exciting and quite difficult as well, but I think I should be the winner of 3G Boss, because although I have lost 5 out of 6 tasks, I mean, it's the process that has completely changed me to be who I am. It's like the story, it's when you give up is when you're a loser, and I think what's pushed me through to come to the finals is the fact that I've never given up. I've always persevered, and that's why I'm here. So
brilliant. Well, thank you so much, and good luck to you. And those of you watching at home, thank you so much for getting in touch and being with us. Don't forget, we will be back next week, same time, same place. We're going to be announcing the winner of the 3G Boss UK 2016. But for now, Nadia's signing out.
.3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.